welcome to my channel and welcome back to Coffee Thursdays, where on Thursdays I chat with you and have coffee and talk about random things. So if you want to listen to what I have to talk about this Coffee Thursday, then go ahead and keep watching. Hey guys, it's Coffee Thursday, and that is where if you are on my YouTube channel or you subscribe to me on YouTube, every Thursday I talk to you about something random and I drink coffee. And today I love this mug, Dynamite. Oh my goodness. Last week, if you were with me on Coffee Thursday, I said that I was not going to drink chocolate caramel creamer in my coffee anymore and I was going to go back to the bulletproof version. There's chocolate caramel coffee creamer in my cup right now. I did not go back to the bulletproof version, basically because I was being lazy and didn't want to bust out the blender and the butter, so I just made regular coffee. But it's delicious. So grab your cup of coffee, and for the next 5 minutes, I'm just going to chat about something that I heard this morning. Promise that you will like it or it will be beneficial to you. Also, random note, because I always give you some random note about some cool thing that's happening in my life. Yesterday, I ran across an old school coffee percolator at Goodwill, and it was fantastic. I was so excited. Glass, stovetop, coffee percolator. And it is so cool. It's just all in one big thing. It had all of its guts, which is totally not normal for a vintage coffee percolator. And you don't have to plug it in, you do nothing. You just add water in your coffee and it perks the coffee right there in the pot. And it is, oh my gosh, the coffee is so much better, people. If you can find one, come across one. Pyrex and Corningware made some way back in the day, and you can find them at thrift stores. I got mine for $2.99 or maybe $1.99. Anyway, it was dirt cheap. And so I jumped on it, and the coffee is so good. Most coffee makers just make drip coffee, and it just kind of, all the water drips through in one spot. But this, the water is sucked up into this little tube, and it swirls around all the coffee grounds and then drips back into the pot. Every ounce of flavor is drained from that coffee, the coffee grounds. So the coffee is just, I'll have 3 cups. So good. So good, so good. Anyway, so now we're on to Coffee Thursdays and the thing I want to talk about. This morning I was listening to a podcast after I dropped my kids off and I was driving back home, and she said something that really struck me. Who was it? Abraham Smith, I feel like, is the name of it. You can find him on YouTube. And they were talking about the source within you and, purpose and dreams and ambition and inactivity and questions in your life and how the answer comes to you, and the fact that nothing ever actually comes to you. It's already here, and you just have to acknowledge that it is already there, and you have to open yourself up to it, and you have to ask yourself the right questions. You have to ask your subconscious the right questions, and you have to ask the source within you the right questions, or you'll never get the right answers. And so she said this quote, and I instantly paused the podcast on my phone to write this down in my notes, and then I lost the video, so I don't know what happened after that. But after this quote, I have no idea what happened, but the quote was really good, so I wrote it down. If a question is active within you, the answer will come. And I think that that there's a big, stigma around that. I think we constantly are asking ourselves questions like, why is this not happening for me? Why does everything bad happen to me? When am I gonna ever catch a break? I'm so stressed out, blah, blah, blah. And it's that's not really the questions to be asking yourself if you want to find the answer to the problems that you have in your life. And so, the way that you phrase the questions that you ask yourself and your subconscious and your source, that's the answer that you're going to bring about in your life. That's the vibration that you're going to resonate with, and that's how you're going to connect with the answers that you want to find. And so instead of asking yourself, why am I so stressed out? Why is this all happening to me? Everything bad happens to me. Rephrase those questions in your mind and say, what can I do to make more money? What can I do to have better friends? What can I do to be a better friend? Because sometimes that's just the problem. You think everything sucks and I have no good friends, but like sometimes it's just, we need to be a better friend. And something else that she said this morning was, when you run into obstacles in your life, it's not always about the obstacle and the fact that it's something that's against you, because most times you don't run into things in your life that you're not, at least somewhere deep down within, manifesting in your own life, and it may be even something that you don't want to, agree with, or you don't want to admit that you have that issue or whatever. But a lot of times when you put stuff out there, or when you've got something brewing inside you, that's the kind of thing that you attract. And so sometimes when iffy things are happening in your life, or things that you don't necessarily like are happening in your life, then you have to kind of turn inward and see, well, what am I putting out there? What vibration am I allowing to be out there, whether you realize it or not, that is or could potentially be bringing this into your life. And so going back to that question from that podcast this morning, or that quote from the podcast this morning, if a question is active within you, the answer will come. And so if you are constantly asking yourself, how can I be better? How can I do more? How can I be more? How can I give more? What can I do today that's going to benefit, 5 people, or the next person that I see, or myself next year? I think you have to frame your questions to yourself in a positive way, because if you're constantly asking yourself why everything sucks, then you're going to attract everything sucky. So I think that I do too, need to kind of rephrase our questions to ourselves, to the universe, to the source, to our subconscious, whatever it is that you believe in or resonate with. We have to reframe those questions and think positively. And when you can think positively about the issues that you're experiencing and how you can fix those, instead of just dwelling on the fact that they suck, then I think that it's easier to be grateful for tough situations, and it's easier to use a tough situation to grow from, or to learn from, and to, see it as more of a step to the next level, or to the next thing. Or, maybe you're thinking you want to get a promotion, but you run into a bump in the road. And when you can see that positively and kind of develop a gratitude for it, you will probably come to realize that that bump in the road was just a stepping stone to help you grow and learn and be better equipped to get that promotion that you've been asking for, or praying for, or wishing for, or whatever it is that you do. So I think if we just make sure that the questions we're asking ourselves are right, are positive and focused on the good, and showing gratitude for the things that we already have, then the answers will just automatically attract to us. Like I said before, she said too this morning, every answer that we need, everything in our lives, it's already there. It's already right here. We just have to be putting out the right vibration to open our eyes and be able to see it. It's right here. But if we are just constantly in the wrong frame of mind, we never get to see it, and we never get to experience it. So I think that we have to really align ourselves, and we have to stay positive and focused and express gratitude and everything. And then when we can really start doing that like wholeheartedly and not just on the surface level, then we will start to really realize, what's around us, what answers are already there, and we'll start aligning with those answers, and things will start lining up just almost magically. But it's not. It's just life, and we have to realize that when we put out the right kind of vibrations, we attract and we're able to see the right answers and the right path for our life. So I hope that that was helpful. I only ever do like 10 minutes, and I'm coming up on the 10-minute mark, and most of that was because I blabbed about my coffee percolator, and that's okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this and got some benefit from it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy your coffee if you grabbed some while I was rambling. And think positive. Ask yourself positive questions and express gratitude in everything you do. And I promise you will go where your life is meant to go. Bye, guys.